You hold the door for the man behind you because it's polite. He breathes like someone who's been holding his breaking point in for hours. You say after you, and he lingers in the doorway long enough to tell you he's tired. You tell a dumb joke about weather. He laughs and moves his hand away from the note he'd folded between his fingers. A note that would have been the last one he'd ever write. You smiled before you went separate ways. Have a nice day, you say to the man. You say it with integrity, like you actually hope his day is nice. Tonight he misses the bus, calls his brother, and tomorrow he wakes up. Still here, still breathing, still alive. You drop a few extra dollars on the table after a meal, casual, like change is nothing. The waitress takes a photo of the receipt, texts it to her mother, and for the first time in weeks, she's certain she can afford rent this month. She goes home to her children who don't have to worry about having a roof for another month. You tell a woman in the restroom her hair is beautiful because it is, and she stumbles at the word. It's been months since anyone called her that. The voice that used to say it is gone, and she hasn't been able to look in the mirror since. She goes home and looks in the mirror twice, and for the first time in a long while, she lets herself be a beautiful girl with beautiful hair. You sit next to an elderly man on the bus because all the other seats are taken, and the city has a way of pushing people together. He nods at your headphones, asks what you're listening to, and when you tell him a song, he hums the melody. You both laugh, and he says it's his wife's favorite. Your mother told you that you always were an old soul. You ask where he is going, and he says he's visiting the pharmacy for prescriptions. When he stands to leave, you tell him to take care. He folds your words into his pocket like a tissue, and that night, after the kettle cools, he walks over to the radio and turns up the song you played him earlier. He smiles at the wedding picture of him and his wife, married for 52 years, now widowed for 1. And in that moment, the house is no longer empty, and the man has his wife again. You never know the paths that led someone to stand where they are. Some climb steep, rocky inclines, some walk smooth roads, others are still crawling. We can do small things every day to make people feel seen. And it might not save everyone, but it might save the ones who need it the most. So be gentle, offer grace as if you might one day need it, for the road you don't know yet that you will have to walk.